Greetings. I got a request to do a video on my fitness and nutrition and like what I eat and how I do my workouts and basically just what I put into it and what I've done. And so I'm gonna start from the very beginning. When I was 12 years old, I got into wrestling, and this is the first experience I had with working out, with physical fitness, with any kind of like wanting to improve my physical fitness, wanting to improve my nutrition. And for the past 10 years, I've gone through many cycles of feeding myself absolute garbage, and I've fed myself really, really good stuff, and I fed myself really, really bad stuff, and candy and junk food and soda, and I fed myself tea and water and raw foods and meat and eggs, and there's been a lot of cycles that I've gone through with my fitness and health journey. But the most prevalent thing and the biggest pattern that I've seen throughout my journey is that listening to my body is the most effective to garner a healthy body. Okay, and like I'm 5'7". I have probably around 6 to 12% body fat. I'm 125 pounds, and I work out pretty often, about 5 to 6 times a week. I go in for workout. I'm currently on a split, so I do legs, I do arms, I do back, I do chest, and I do abs and shoulders. I've learned a lot from a lot of different places. So, but it's all been intuitive. So, what I would say is that I've listened to my body and I've picked up what has served me well and I've let go of what has not served me well. So, starting with nutrition, okay, starting with what I eat. When I was 12 years old, I would eat a lot of candy, a lot of soda, a lot of bread and carbs and junk food you would consider like pizza and things that were just not necessarily healthy or considered healthy. But I was still able to do workouts. I was still able to maintain physical fitness. But what would happen was my body would be in pain. Okay. And for the past 10 years, from the time I was 12 to recently, the beginning of 2024, and even into 2024, I was a weed smoker. I smoked a lot of weed, off and on. So I went a couple years without smoking weed, and then I started smoking weed again. And this started when I was around 14. Okay. So I would say that I had an overindulgence happening, and with food, but I would counterbalance that with my fitness. Okay, for like 8 years. um, what I realized about food is I had to listen to my body, and what I eat now is much different than what I ate then. And the reason why I'm saying listen to my body is like you have to listen to your body. Your body will tell you what's going on. So like the junk food, the soda, it would put me in pain. And to cover that pain up, I would smoke weed. And so I would have a lot of tension in my body. Okay? And so there has been seasons of my life where I've eaten very, very poor foods that have caused me a lot of pain, like processed foods, sugary foods, things that have a lot of dyes and colors in them. And to cover up that pain, I would smoke weed. And during those times, I felt low energy. I felt a low sense of self-worth. And what I would say is that my foods didn't necessarily affect my sense of self-worth as my sense of self-worth affected my foods. Because I believe that in a spirit of wanting or having low self-worth, or wanting to, because essentially what you're doing, or what I was doing when I was eating junk foods, and when I was eating these processed foods that didn't serve me very well, was I was quickening the grave. Basically, I was attempting to hurt myself in those ways. Those were forms of self-harm. Eating junk food and things that don't serve you and cause you pain, I was inflicting self-pain, okay? So, and there's a lot of scientific stuff around, like, you have good bacteria in your body, you have bad bacteria in your body. And every day, and every week, and every month, if you feed the bad bacteria, those are where you get your cravings from. If you feed the good bacteria, those are where you get your cravings from. But what I believe it stems from is a sense of self-worth, a sense of wanting to either grow or die, whether it's subconsciously or consciously. And the times in my life when I didn't like my life, or I didn't like my position, or I didn't appreciate where I was, or I didn't have gratitude, and I wanted to end it all, subconsciously, even not knowing it, or unconsciously, are the times where I ate the most junky foods. Okay, and when I say junky foods, it's my belief system about what I believe is junky foods. And when you're eating intuitively, you will know intuitively. And how do you know? Because when you see the food, you're like, that's either bad or good. Okay, your mind says it is. Okay. Jesus has this thing he says. He says, it's not what comes out of your mouth that will it's not what goes into your mouth that will defile you. It is what comes out of your mouth that will defile you. Okay? So, I still eat intuitively, but my mindset has changed. And I've always eaten intuitively, but my mindset is what determined what foods went into me and what foods didn't go into me. So the best, what I eat now. So I eat meat, I eat fruit, I eat rice, I drink tea, I eat yogurt, I drink kombucha, and occasionally I will indulge in like sugar-free marshmallows, or I'll make my own granola if I feel like I want to have granola. And I'll eat honey and spices. And basically, you know, when I have feelings of pain in my stomach, or if I have like intestinal issues or sacrosolar chakra happenings, what I do is I eliminate as much as I can. And what I'll do now is I'll go back to meat, fruit, and rice. Meat, fruit, and rice, and some teas and some waters and stuff. But I try to eliminate as much as I can, because I know that meat, fruit, and rice make me feel good, and I could survive on them, and they give me plenty of nutrients so that I'm feeling good and I'm feeling great. And then I'll add back in slowly the stuff that I like to eat. And, you know, like, let's say I like marshmallows. I love marshmallows. I'll go find the marshmallows that are made with good ingredients, because nowadays you can find like marshmallows that are sugar-free, made with grass-fed like products and stuff like that. Grass-fed collagen, things of that nature. I won't go and indulge like fully into sugars. And actually, I avoid sugar at all costs. Like, I do not like sugar, processed sugar, but I will eat fruits, honey. Agave nectar is beautiful. Agave tastes so good, especially when you put it in your yogurt with some frozen blueberries. But anyways, what I'm saying is that intuitive eating is really the key, and accepting your pain Being one with the pain that you feel in your body. If you feel pain in your body, then what you're eating is probably causing that pain. Or how you're thinking about what you're eating is causing that pain. So again, intuition plays a huge role in my nutrition and what I decide to eat and how I think about, okay, is this food good for me? Or is this food serving my highest good? Or is this allowing me to, you know, be energized and feel good and feel free and feel like I'm at a high vibrational set point, right? And then I only get cravings, and then I build momentum. So if I'm feeling pain about certain foods that I'm eating, and I'm not sure which foods it is, because I've garnered a bunch of foods, so I started out with meat, rice, and fruit, and then I added some yogurt, maybe some granola. I've added these marshmallows. Maybe I like those smoothies over there, so I added those smoothies, and they're like sugar free, and then I add this and this, and now I have this array of foods that I can eat, and it starts by just slowly adding to my diet. If at any point there's confusion within me about what's causing pain or what's causing distress or low energy, I'll immediately go into detox mode and I'll eliminate as much as I can. Okay. So several months ago, I went through this process and I found out that I had a bunch of bacteria and parasites within my body that were causing a lot of dysregulation and tension and pain in my stomach. So immediately I eliminated everything out of my diet. And I went back to meat, fruit, and rice. But there's another detox thing that you can do, which is you can drink aloe vera juice and couple that with sovereign silver, colloidal silver. And the colloidal silver will kill the parasites, and the aloe juice will allow you to eliminate them from your body. And I did that for a while, and a lot of stuff comes out of you, or came out of me when I did that. But yeah, like at any point when I'm feeling like, oh, my stomach's feeling this way, I'll immediately go to colloidal silver, aloe vera juice, and detox. And then I'll go to fruit, eat a lot of fruit and meat. And I'll couple that with some rice, and I eat eggs a lot too. Eggs, and then beef liver is good. Beef liver and beef liver supplements are good for me. They work for me very well. And then anything that has like loads of nutrients in it as well. So like sea moss, Shilajit, those things are really good too, in my opinion. And my body works really well with those things. Now for fitness, okay, for nutrition, I am not a nutritionist. I have not been very good with my nutrition throughout the years. But I'm coming into a time in my life where my nutrition is actually very good. And it's my intuition is telling me it's because of the lack of weed in my life, okay? The lack of cannabis. And do with that what you will, okay? So now my fitness. So fitness has been a really long journey for me. I started working out when I was 12 years old in wrestling. Put myself through a lot of work. We would work out for like 2.5 hours, 3 or 4 days a week. And my body would just be sore for a long time. And that's when I first started. And I lifted weights off and on from that point until now. And I've consistently gone to the gym. I've consistently done workouts. And the people that I've studied are like LeBron James, Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was a really big inspiration for me as a child and growing up. Bruce Lee's his philosophy for working out and his philosophy for power and developing power and speed really highly was influential to the style and the way that I worked out. Not to mention the fact that I started working out in a setting where I was fighting, I was wrestling. So that was really conducive to the way that I developed my workout routines and how I decided to work out. Basically, it was all about core and functionality, mobility, strength, and speed. So I decided that what I wanted to be was fast and strong and mobile, able to move quickly, basically, able to move my body how I want to move my body. And now I do yoga and I do this 5-day split, which I'm actually reconsidering because I want to get more into strength and speed and power, okay? And Bruce Lee's philosophy about that was power comes from speed, and power comes from strength plus speed equals power, right? So it's not necessarily, for me, it has never been about getting to a point where I was like, it's never been about anything more than like developing power in my body and developing the basically ability to be a warrior, be able to fight, be able to wrestle, be able to use my body in an effective way in situations. That's really why I work out, because I want to be a warrior in a garden. You know, he has this philosophy, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener at war. You know, and so even though I like peace and I like to remain peaceful, I like to make my body, I like to work out so that my body has the ability to be a warrior when I need to be, or when I'm called to be. Okay. So the fitness routines that I do right now is I do yoga and I do a 5-day split. So I do basic workouts and I do a lot of mobility workouts. Like I work out my hip flexors, I work out my shoulders, I work out I do postural workouts and explosive workouts, things that are very like hitting a bag or being explosive with my movement. I like to do that sort of thing. But again, I use my intuition when I go to the gym, and I use my intuition when I move my body, because my body will tell me what I need to work on. Or like I'll feel it in my legs when my legs need work or when they want to be expressed. Like I'll feel it in my muscle group. The muscle group that it will call me to work it out. It will call me. And so I'll put the work into that place that calls me to do it. And I like to push myself to a place where I feel the intensity. I feel the pain. And I feel the resistance at the highest level. That's where I push myself to. And the reason I push myself there is because I know, and my body knows at this point, it's become a habit, that that's where I'm going to feel the best later. So like, if I push myself in this moment, I go to the last point of the muscle, then I know that later in the day, my endorphins will be like kicked in so that I'm going to feel amazing throughout my day. And not only that, I'll have pushed myself to my limit so that my psychological health will be at a higher point throughout my day. And yeah, like what I would say is if you're gonna develop a fitness plan or a nutrition plan, I would say first listen to your body. So like there's been periods in my life from the time I was 12 to now where I haven't worked out for months. And so getting back into the gym or getting back into working out from those times, and those times come from a low sense of self-worth or not wanting to experience like just being in this painful state. and wanting to not embrace the pain but numb the pain. Okay. And I think the numbing of the pain, or pouring into the numbing of the pain, is detrimental, because what it is it's a mindset of I wanted to end it all. Okay. And because of that, I didn't want to improve. I didn't want to eat well or go to the gym or be physically fit. And in those times and in those periods, the thing that tilted the scales for me and what got me back into the gym was the slow and steady, gradual, for fitness. For nutrition, it's always been cut and dry, eliminate everything. For fitness, it is a gradual process of re-becoming. So like, I would start by doing a couple push-ups, like 10 push-ups here, 10 push-ups here, 10 squats here, get up a couple 10-pound weights, do some of these, right? And by doing that, I would gradually get to a point where I would feel good, and I felt the momentum change from, oh, I want to end it all, to, wow, I can improve, and I want to improve myself. I want to grow, because you're either growing or you're dying. Okay. And based on your mindset, and based on my mindset, like, if I find myself in a mind state where, and now reflecting back on it, I have found myself in mind states where I wanted to end it. And so in those mind states manifest as not working out at the gym, as eating junk food. And so to change the working out and to change the fitness back into like going to the gym or going to work out or going to exercise or however you choose to exercise, and changing the nutrition from eating a load of junk food and filling my body and trying to numb what I was feeling into being healthy and, trusting my intuition and growing, has been the mind state change. Like just in my mind being like, I want to live, I want to grow. And that starts to manifest as intuition, inklings, like, oh, I want to go on a walk right now. Okay. And another thing is, it's easy to go on the walk. It's easy to do the push-ups. Okay. It's easy not to do the push-ups. It's easy not to go on the walk. It's easy to do, and it's easy not to do. Okay, that's one of the things that really helped motivate me. It's easy not to do, but it's also easy to do. The habits that I've formed throughout my life. So anyways, right now, I eat meat, rice, fruit, eggs, and I try to keep it really, really simple right now. I drink tea. And then for fitness, highly intuitive. I change it up all the time. Always changing my fitness routines but the yoga stays the same. I like the yoga. I like stretching. Keeping my body mobile and stretching. And I guess the most powerful thing is that I'm constantly like adjusting to my intuition. And that's helping me grow right now. It's helping me improve where I'm at. Because I've been on this journey for a long time, and the results from the journey are like, my knowledge is way grown. But the purpose of my workouts are really, I guess I don't really have a purpose other than to feel great and to be mobile and for longevity. So, and to look good. I like looking good. Looking good is just a cherry on top, though. It comes with it. Like, if I work out for longevity and for mobility and to align my spine so that I can move the energies up my spine, all that denotes me looking what good. So it's just it is a residual of feeling good. I want to feel good. That's why I work out. I want to feel good. That's why I eat. And that's why I eat good. And so I would say just trust your intuition. Um, yeah. Trust your intuition. That's about all I had to say about that.